Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
This is great.
You opened it up early for us.
Yes.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
I have the key. James, hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice.
Pleasure.
That's
Hey, how are
cousin
you?
Billy Mountain.
James, how are you?
Good, how are you?
What's going on?
Not
Thank
much.
you for doing this on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, no problem.
My name is Sandra, Sandy Tyson, Mountain Tyson. I retired from the University of Florida and the College of Law. I was an accountant there. Now I'm a docent at the museum. I'm a treasurer of the Historical Society. I'm the co-lot chair for the historical Micanopian Cemetery, and I'm on the Planning and Historical Preservation Board for the town.
Wow.
And
And what do you do in your spare time? I'm
clean
just
my
kidding.
yard.
How long have you lived here?
I'm fourth generation as well as Billy.
Okay.
I've lived here my whole life,
Mhm.
except for 6 months. So
Okay.
It's a nice little community. They call it the town that time forgot. I think it's still a viable community. We've lost some antique shops because of the economy, but it seems like we always come back with something else, the next thing.
Billy, tell us about yourself. How long you've lived here?
Well, I was born, in Gainesville because we didn't have a hospital here. So, but I was born and raised right here in Micanopy.
Okay.
So I've been here my whole life. I did move away twice for work.
Right on. Oh my gosh. So,
Yeah.
but you still came back here. It's always drawn you back.
Yeah. My family's all here, and my mother's still here, and my sisters and my kids are. So I said, I got to go back, and work was getting less and less.
Got it.
I enjoy life here. It's just a little too fast in certain,
Yeah.
big cities.
Yeah, for sure. But did I hear you say you two are cousins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Cousins.
So both your families grew up in this area?
His dad was my dad's brother.
Oh, nice.
And they were both born here, went to school in the brick building that's now the town hall. And we both went to school there.
Okay, so I have to ask you, growing up in a small town like this, when you were done with school, meaning school let out at 3, you saw your teachers at church, you saw your teachers at the grocery store, you saw your teachers at the restaurants. Like, you could never not behave.
Oh,
True.
well,
Well, kind of, yeah.
if you got in trouble at school, your parents knew about it before you got home. So
That is so
I'm
true.
sure.
Yes.
they didn't provide buses, and who would ride a bus for just 3 or 4 blocks,
Yeah.
So we walked to school, and we had 10 cents, or my family gave us 10 cents for something to buy on the way home from school, and we'd stop at Mr. Thresher's store, which is right across the street, because you could get a Coke and have 4 cents left over for candy. If you went to the red and white store, it cost a dime for a Coke.
Ooh.
Oh, so no one went
And
there.
Weaver store, the Cokes were a nickel.
But
And
I
it-
wasn't allowed to go there because it was a pool hall.
Oh, really? What movies have they filmed here?
Yeah, we filmed Miracle Child with Cloris Leachman and Krista Bernard and John Terry. And so that has just now came out on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Doc Hollywood was our big one, and then we did a film called Cross Creek.
Mary Stream Virgin.
Yeah, Marjorie Kennan Rollins. It was the life of Marjorie Kennan Rollins.
Okay.
Starring, Rip Torn and Mary Steenburgen.
Right. Okay.
And it's a great, beautiful movie. And it shows all this surrounding area, so it's just an absolutely beautiful movie.
That's Chief Micanopian right there.
Oh, okay. The town's namesake.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a Seminole or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Seminole means runaway.
Okay.
The Creek Nation had split,
Mm-hmm.
and when they split off, the Creeks called the people that left
Mm-hmm.
Seminoles, which means runaway. Of course, it's been corrupted by the Spanish and the English, so it ended up Seminole.
Right.
And they also took in Seminole black slaves that ran away.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
These are the artifacts I was telling you about that's dated.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how many churches in town? How many bars? Let's ask those types of questions.
No bars now.
No bars.
Is it a dry township? No.
No.
Okay.
They passed a law, what, in the 1800s that you couldn't drink liquor on Main Street.
Mhm.
Some guys got in a fight, and they got in like a brawl downtown Main Street, and somebody said, we need to pass a law. So they did.
We have about 10 churches.
10.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got
Okay.
about 10 churches, yeah.
I think we passed 2 or 3 as
Oh.
we were just sort of
Yeah.
exploring around briefly. 10.
Who goes where on Sundays?
We
What-
got the Methodist Church.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
on Seminary Street.
Yeah, we
And
passed
we'll
it.
have our 200th anniversary in 27. So
Aw, congratulations.
Nice.
That's very
Very
nice.
cool.
Wow. So where do most people go? Do most people go to the Methodist Church on Sunday? There's 10 churches and only 654
No.
people.
church attendance nationwide is going down. We have 15 to 20 to go to the Methodist Church. The Episcopal Church down the street, they have a bigger crowd than we had the Christian Fellowship Church, and they have a much bigger crowd. And then the black churches, I don't know what they have. And so everybody's welcome to go everywhere else, but everybody goes to their
Own church.
Everybody just sticks with what
their
they
own
know.
church.
Interesting.
I saw the flags around town, the 200-year anniversary. When was that? In 21?
21.
Okay.
They just haven't taken it down.
So in this little area here, tons of antique shops. I mean, people come from all around Florida to do
Yes.
antiquing
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
From all over.
Those shops downtown used to be groceries, filling station, gas stations, but we went from commerce to hippie art in the 70s and 80s to antiques. But I don't mind the antiques. We don't have boarded up stores like a lot of little towns do.
Yeah.
And we still have on the weekends, it's crowded.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, it's
yeah.
crowded.
Very crowded on the weekends. On the main street here, most of the buildings are zoned historical.
Okay.
We have a building down there that's zoned historical,
Our grandfather's garage.
and then our
Are you serious?
No way, really?
It still says garage
Like
on
a
it, doesn't
mechanic's
it?
garage?
Yeah.
He had the first automobile garage in Wadsworth County.
and
Wow.
the first car in town.
Yeah.
Your grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah, and some historian did this, and I told him, I said, number one, the date's wrong. I said, number two, I don't even think my grandfather was in this picture.
Oh, well, that's a problem, right?
Okay, why is your grandfather not in that photo?
Yeah, and because we got plenty of pictures of him in there, and so the Greyhound bus stop was here,
Okay.
under that window there. So there was a bench there, and there was just a window there. There wasn't
Right here.
what it's like now.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see where the cafe is marked.
And then, so the Greyhound bus sign was up here, and then we had one bench, and that was the Greyhound bus stop. Because this was 441 and 41, so they had to come through here.
Right.
So when they drove through, this was just a stop. So come on inside. That's my grandmother's old piano,
Oh, wow.
and I don't know how old it is. I'll turn on a light for you.
Wow, look at this.
So, Billy, what do you do with the space?
We rent it out a lot of times, and then in between the renters, we had one guy in here for 20 years, so he didn't really do much of anything. But what I'm going to do is,
No, but there's all these items with price tags on it.
yeah, I'll open up once in a while.
Oh, you use it as you sell antiques out of here. So
Yeah.
this is
Mhm.
okay. All right.
This is a Dexter, one of the first washing machines ever, electric.
Okay.
This side is for rinse. Got the agitator here. It's got the transmission here, and this side's for washing.
Wow.
Waffle irons.
Oh, nice.
That's a Griswold. They're worth a lot of money.
Oh my gosh, Griswold are really these
Yeah, these are
You're absolutely right.
Griswolds. Yeah, we probably got 150 Griswold pieces, so
Wow.
of different kinds.
That's impressive.
Yeah, this is one of the first electric irons that come out of Gainesville.
Wow.
Pick it up.
Ooh.
A 93-year-old woman brought 2 of these, and she said, my husband had a pressing club. And I said, and he used these? She said, every day, all day. And
And
I
he said triceps
I
is
said,
big.
his arms must be, she said, they were, yeah.
Now, where we are, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 654 people, how many people do you know by name?
Oh,
What, 100?
you might.
I know a lot more than maybe.
Yeah, I know probably 50, 60, something like
You're
that.
still shy after all these years, huh?
Not as much as they used to be. I mean, I didn't know about mountain high school. I sat there with my head down. But then when I got out and started working, I had to change.
Yeah.
I think I know 70% of the whites and 90% of the blacks.
Oh, is that right?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, and so
And we're all good friends.
Good.
And what is the demographic here? So what is it? Is it 80% white, 20% black? I looked it up, but you live here, so you tell me.
Well, a lot of the blacks have moved away.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have said, I'm done with Micanopians. There's just nothing happening here. And,
Yeah.
there's nothing.
What about 40-60, you think?
What? Of what?
Black to white. 40-60?
Probably 70-30 now, maybe, I would think.
I feel like Micanopy will probably always be Micanopy, or hope in my heart that it is. But I know we have to change with the times. But I hope we can always stay here. And I don't feel nice about people that come in and want to change everything, and 6 months later they leave.
These speed bumps. A lady moved to town in her 70s, late 70s, and said, fell in love with the town, wanted to live here. She said, I want to live here till the day I die. She bought a home. She lived here for a couple of years, started complaining about people speeding. We really don't have much crime at all, or people speeding or anything like that, or you'd hear it and see it right now.
Right.
So she petitioned to get these speed bumps all over town. We finally built the speed bumps. 6 months later, she sold the house
She
and
moved.
moved.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
And the
That's
people
gotta
that
be
live
annoying.
by the
Yeah.
speed bumps don't like them because of people either don't know them, they slam on the brakes, or they hit them and make a big noise.
Yeah, the speed
Yeah.
bumps are terrible. So
It's terrible,
Yeah.
And they're hard on your car.
and then she ends
every
up
part
leaving.
of it,
We used to have a couple of families that had like 19 kids, So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They were doing their best to keep up the population of
Yes.
Micanopi.
Yeah, there was an old country saying, the first 5 will raise the last 5.
Right.
So when the first 5 get this, they can watch over the little ones. And,
Yeah.
and it was true. And, and then if you had a farm, all the boys were out planting and, and picking, and the ladies were picking and cooking and doing, so everybody had a job too.
Right.
So
now-
if you go into town right now, will all those shopkeepers and restaurant owners know you? Will you know them by first name? Do you know people in the restaurants?
Not me,
Yeah.
Billy would.
Yeah, I know every one of them. Yeah.
This was the old opera house. Listen to him, you don't know what he's talking about.
Is that right?
That's correct.
We should
If
follow
you want
you.
to know anything about Micanopy, you look at this book right here.
You got it, Jerome?
How about it, Hollywood?
Hey, man, how you
That's
doing?
You know
him,
who
all
you're
right.
talking to,
Yeah,
right?
they're from
James.
Hollywood, and they
Are
come
you
in.
really?
How are you? Yeah, we
You know
are.
this guy?
Well, we do now.
This is Jerome. His family built that building.
That's my
Is
my
that right?
feaster building.
That's
Oh
his
my
feaster
gosh.
building. He's a
Look here.
feaster, yeah.
It's in this book. And there's my great uncle's grandson or something or
Oh
other.
my gosh. I love how everybody in this town knows when things
No,
were built,
everybody
and
don't.
who built them.
Listen, there's only about 5 people that know anything about this town.
Is that right?
Everybody
Yeah.
else are from out of town. They just moved in here and think they know something.
And they think they know something.
They think they know history of Micanopy.
That's right, yeah.
Ain't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
God bless you.
Come
Jerome,
see
see you later. I'll come see you.
Yeah.
We'll go sit on the porch.
Nice meeting you.
I was not expecting that. But hey, not
Ooh.
much. We're gonna come in and film y'all a little bit.
Billy boy!
What you wanna be on?
What you doing?
Oh, yes.
Doing a commercial?
Yeah,
Billy
we're
boy!
doing a commercial.
Doing a commercial good.
Yeah, we're gonna make Micanopians more
Famous again?
Yeah, famous again. Yeah.
It sounds like it's cyclical. I mean, it happens every so many years from what I'm told. So,
Yeah, right. This is Joe and Gloria and
Bud.
Bud.
James, how are you?
James and
Nice to
Denise.
meet all y'all. It's Denise.
And y'all don't
You know
know.
these people? Or
We
they
just met today.
Oh, you
Yeah.
met
Yeah, we
today?
just met today.
Yeah, Micanopi's a pretty friendly town.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, Bud loves it.
I'm
And
proud to
these
live
guys
here.
love
I'm
it.
proud to live here, yeah.
How
Yeah.
long have you lived here?
He's
30 years.
30
he's a
years.
Great asset
Just
to the
last,
town.
just last year, I became a Micanopian.
Is that
How
right?
does that happen?
You gotta,
Because I
you
said
gotta
so.
live here 30 years.
Yeah, because I told him he could be a Micanopian.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Where'd you come from?
Well, I had a place in
Mom and Dad, right?
Gainesville, but originally I came from Fort Myers.
So you're Floridian.
Yes.
Just a
Born and raised Floridian.
How about that? Yeah.
Not many of us.
Not many of us, is there? No?
We've experienced so many small towns along the way, and I was just telling Billy, what we've noticed is just honestly one of two things. And one is that you'll go through a beautiful small town that really is just a little boarded up. Just really, it's just a drive-through town. It's sad because you see how beautiful
It looked like it was something at one point,
Yeah.
but now,
Right.
Or you'll go to a small town that really has been commercialized. And what the beauty of this is that you kind of have a little bit of, you still have the business people coming through, there's no boarded up buildings, and it hasn't been commercialized yet. It's kind of an anomaly, I have to tell you.
yeah,
It
it's
really
pretty
is.
rare. It's a pretty rare
Yeah,
gem you
there's
guys
no
have here.
Starbucks here. Yeah.
Dollar General wanted to buy the end of
Well,
Tuscaloosa.
they did buy it, actually. They wanted to build. That was the fight.
And the people that in here, we fought it.
Yeah.
You know.
And it wasn't in the city limits. That was the problem. It was
There's only
just
so much-
outside the city
How
limits.
did you fight it? Because normally money talks.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't easy, but finally, when the county got tired of hearing from us.
No, it wasn't that.
Wasn't that it?
This is designated a scenic drive.
Oh,
And
scenic driveway.
they weren't going to be able to drive their trucks down that road to be able to do deliveries.
Oh, so it really
Ah.
had to do it impeded their work.
Exactly, but you know, it still took a couple of years of fighting.
Really?
Have you guys drove through the cemetery?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, it's
That's a must see.
Oh, so
Is that
it's
right?
a cemetery. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
I mean, they talk about a ghost at the Hurlum Mansion.
I've stayed there, I don't know how many times, never seen a ghost or heard of anything.
Can you tell me one thing about Micanopy that people would not read about, know about, like unless they met a local? Tell me something about Micanopy that
I
people
think it's Dr. Montgomery.
Dr.
Yes,
Montgomery?
Dr. Montgomery. In the, what was it, early 1900s? He was, he got drunk, stripped off naked, and rode his horse down the main street. And he was also excommunicated from the church because of his knowledge of other women.
Oh.
And his father had to take out an ad in the local paper saying that it wasn't him that's causing all this stuff, it was his son.
Oh, wow. He was creating distance between his son's actions and his family's name in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, that
That's
is
great.
Because back in the day, if you want to make a statement, you have to put it in the newspaper because
There's no Facebook.
Yeah,
right?
It's
there's
a social
no-
network.
yeah.
And I don't tell everybody this. Well, I won't tell you where Tom Petty lived because I don't want to get out. Because I got historians all over trying.
Oh, really?
This building here. One time I was down there and a group of guys came by and I had recognized Tom Petty and Heartbreakers.
Right.
And they went in and rented the downstairs of one of these buildings. So they asked me, they said, hey, you know, help me build a stage. And so we had these artists that started coming into town to do artwork.
Uh-huh.
And they started renting places one by one. And the town started coming back to life. But, you know, before that all happened, we had those guys practicing music in here.
That's
Because it
awesome.
was just basically a ghost town.
Right here. Now what is it? It's a knick-knack
It's an antique
shop.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Here we go.
Say hi.
We're on the back of Sandy's golf cart in Micanopy.
We had a mayor one time that had a golf cart, and he decided he wanted to drive in town, so they changed the regulations, and now we have a lot of golf carts.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you. So nice meeting you. Thank you so much,
Are you going to
Sandy.
have lunch with us?
No, I need to get home.
Okay.
I cut short working at the church so I could come down and talk to you, so I think I better go back and help them.
We,
Okay.
Where's our cleanup day?
we kept you overtime too, so
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
Bye. What is the draw for both of you to a town like Micanopy?
I love it. This is my town. My husband always tried to entice me to, let's move to the mountains. Let's move to some Georgia. Let's move. I know, this is my town. I know people. I couldn't see myself living anywhere else.
It sound right, boys.